Good morning, everybody. This is Disregard Fiat, responsible for DLUX IO. My name is Steve Manager. So I see that Steem Alliance is taking shape, a Steem-backed community governance organization. Uh, can't say I'm too happy about this. Well, they posted at least an open transcript for everybody. Um, it's interesting. Most of it has to do with finding like account names and just like trying to be open, uh, get an objective going. And I think the reason why they're doing all of this, here's one interesting thought. Operating the foundation as a trust with the Steem network as a beneficiary or as a DAC, which is a decentralized or a distributed autonomous community. Um, Part of this is, uh, there's a lot of drama going on the Steem blockchain, but here's a one interesting note I saw here. Steem is head-on collision course with the SEC. Um, Basically, what this says here is that if a blockchain project isn't decentralized, then it can't be a utility token, and it has to be a security token. Um, with Steem at stake, somewhere in the like 24 to 30% area, it is not sufficiently decentralized. Also, they maintain the GitHub keys. It's very hard to. I don't think there's any credible evidence of like community-driven projects on Steem. Also, because Steem has not been like delivering their deliverables, such as say like Hard Fork 20, that took quite a while. SMTs, which are I guess on the back burner. And I'm not saying Steem's wrong to or Steemit is wrong to focus on making nodes more agile, but there's there's a lot of promises that they haven't been able to deliver. Um, so I'm personally in favor of a DAC or a DAO or whatever you want to call it. Um, EOS DAC has been running for some time. Not too long ago, let's see here, I posted a architecture video that kind of explains what the DLUX token does. Um, I wouldn't mind going over a little bit more of that and into some reasons why a decentralized community like all right, here's my board. So Steem, um, it's a database. You have keys that can operate the database in certain ways. So if you want to think of it, Steem is like this really sweet shared, maybe like a vending machine, and you can push buttons like post or custom JSON or vote, and depending on whatever you push, something happens. Um, so this is somebody, happy Steem user, and they want to post, so push a post button, and now you got a post coming up on everybody's feed. So part of the reason why I have the DLUX software is because the blockchain is really good at making peer-to-peer transactions, but not so hot at making like third-party or open-ended transactions, such as uh, placing a bid order or ask order, um, running contracts. So I've already have this token software running, and what it does is it builds state off of Steem transactions. It uh, monitors who delegates to DeluxeIO, monitors who transfers Steem to RobotoLux, puts them in an auction, distributes the tokens in the auction to these auction participants. As soon as I turn on the interest rate in these tokens, the delegators should also receive some tokens here. So here's a way to have a consensus layer on top of the consensus layer by piggybacking the authority system of Steem. By giving all of these nodes the ability to sign transactions, we can also come to a consensus about what kind of transactions they want to make. So, for instance, this guy walks into the bank and he says, "Hey, I want to sell like 100 tokens, like DLUX tokens, for like 10 Steem tokens." But, you know, that's just what he wants to do. So he can actually trap this in the network, and because everybody in this network is running their own copy of the blockchain, or in this case, the DAG of implied transactions, um, he can just pipe this money and hold it in escrow between people on this network who have a list of implied transactions of things to do. They, in effect, what we're doing is turning this guy into a robot. So you can still operate your blockchain, but now you just got a little like robot over here. And whenever he gets a decentralized ledger instruction that says, "Hey, this node needs to do something," he's going to push that button for you. He's going to facilitate all of the commerce over here, smart contracts, um, decentralized exchange, whatever it is, so that the network itself can openly price these assets, DLUX tokens, or account creation tokens, because that is one thing that Steem Hard Fork 20 was supposed to solve. It was called velocity, but account costs 3 Steem now. I believe the account creation rate is lower than it has ever been, but we do have something called ACTs now. ACTs are account creation tokens. They are non-transferable. They can only be redeemed by the account that creates them, but they don't expire. And what they do is they allow somebody to use quite a lot of resource credits, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 4,000 Steem power worth of resource credits, to generate an account token that, again, are non-transferable. But now, since you have an entire network of people who are coming to consensus about implied transactions, they can also come to a consensus about prices to these, so that people running these decentralized nodes have a reason to make accounts for people, such that let's see here, guy walks in here and says, "Hey, uh, open marketplace, because everybody's here conducting some business, I want an account. One account, please." And in there he says, "I want this username, and I want these to be my public keys." So all somebody else on the network has to do is say, "Oh, I have an account creation token. Let me just grab this and make an account for this person." So without passing around passcodes or anything like that, like involving lawyers to distribute funds and key holdings, silly. Absolutely silly. We have a blockchain for a reason. We can use it. So now we can pay for these account creation tokens and have a metric to say how much the accounts actually are worth. Um, the actual software itself can do all kinds of transactions. So this 4,000 Steem power, that's a lot of resource credits, and these resource credits you can turn into DLUX by powering an account. The 4,000 Steem power should regenerate every 5 days. So let's assume we have like a 5-day chart, because like the account creation has a rate, this rate, and we're trying to balance the account creation rate to the rate of accounts being created. And any difference on that price will be put into, or sorry, any difference on distributing accounts over the rate, we can adjust for the price. So such that, say there's 100 account creation tokens across our DLUX network, that would be divided into 20 per day. And then every day, this pool right here would be used at whatever the price is. So the price of that token. If more than that need to be sold, then this pool right here gets taken. There's no more overflow than that, but these tokens are priced at, like, say, double. And then say you sell 80% of these tokens at double the cost. So the next day, the whole token over here costs 1.8 of whatever it did cost. This tracking window would eventually price accounts in DLUX, and they should be cheaper since some of the matching fees are going toward whoever's, like, coming out of DLUX account. So using whatever stake to incentivize account creation. These can also be linked to witnesses. Say anybody who's running a node who has a copy of all this can see what these accounts are costing for DLUX and can set the price of accounts on this witness network to raise or lower the price accordingly. Because the idea is, if Steem is going to change the world, it can't be in the hands of 1 million people. It has to be in the hands of 7 billion people. That's a big, big, big number to get to, and it'll be really hard to get there if we can't automate this guy. So DLUX is a layer that runs by watching all of the Steem transactions and also making some informed decisions about what to do, like releasing escrow or running a smart contract. I strongly believe that this is an option that will be taken by some people. And since it's a decentralized network, that is actually optimal. So if you would like to run part of, definitely not the whole thing, but if you'd like to run some DLUX software that automates some Steem nodes using your username, your liquidity to facilitate frictionless trade between people around the globe. This is the model I'm trying to build, DLUX. I'm going to promote this video, but if you haven't seen anything else, definitely go back to my feed and watch this video that explains a lot more about how DLUX does what it does. We have IPFS containers that just allow content to be pulled out of the ether. I guess. No, it's pulled out of IPFS. Ooh. So you can see, like, round valuations, amount donated. Interesting. You can even donate right here. Just click. These are like 10%, 1%, 0.1%, and like literally in VR on a D app hosted by Steem that made some money. You can't see it here, but you can take all this, push a button, literally just like right there. So broadcasted a transaction to the Steem blockchain, and not too long from now that'll be show up in here. It takes about 45 seconds. Doop, doop, doop. Anyway, at the end of the daily period, this group of people will split tokens in the round. which are 312,500 per day. These are decimal places, by the way. This isn't even what I'm talking about. Where are you? I'm sorry. Oh, it says disregard fiat on this one. Oh, there I am. So yeah, that takes a little longer, 45 seconds or so. But anyway, it automates all of the business that I need to conduct. Saves itself in IPFS, and it's a pretty good candidate for a DAC. So if you think this is a good idea, go ahead and go to my Discord. I'll post some relevant stuff in the blog post. All right, guys, take care.